Hi there, Siti Nuriati here from Siti Nuriati Studio. Do you love roses? In today's video, I'll share with you the final steps of my peach rose painting. I realized when I was almost done with this painting that I didn't record the process of creating this painting. It just slipped out of my mind because I was so into painting this beautiful rose. But I did manage to record the final part, the detailing. I have a lot more work to do here. Detailing is the most time-consuming part of the painting process because there are a lot of things to work on. For example, you need to look at the values of the colors for every part of the subject and background. Also, you need to determine if the shape is the correct form and so on. Overall, I can tell you that this is the most enjoyable part of the process, even though it can get very tedious. So you don't actually see it in the video, but I'm looking at the photo reference and fixing the values here. I'm using my pastel pencil to put another layer on top of the layers I did previously. For tight spaces like this, it's great to use a pastel pencil as you can get as precise as you want and avoid smearing other parts. I'm also using my pinky to blend in the color by lightly dabbing the area here. Now I want to soften the edges of the flower petals by smoothing out the lines. I can see that some parts have the pencil marks and I want to cover those lines completely with a pastel pencil. Now I'm adding more orange to the surface of the petal here. And the reason I use orange here is because it's in the reflection from the petal on the opposite side. I lightly dab the surface with my pinky to remove the excess dust that I created as a result of adding another layer of color. While I'm working on this petal, I'm also correcting this area by smoothing out the surface along the edge of the petal. This is to make sure that every petal's edges is soft before I move on to another area. I also need to do a bit of adjustment on this small area here. Now I move on to correcting the value on the upper part of the darkest value area. First, I use this darker pink pastel pencil and shade the whole area. Then I use a dark brown pastel pencil to add another layer to the petal surface and blend the colors at the same time. I carefully layer the colors so it won't smear the surface of the light petal. I use my pink pencil again to give the spot another layer. If you don't have pastel pencils, you can use the tiny pieces of your pastels. Don't throw them away. They can be really useful for doing detailing. If you can still hold them, keep them. I usually save them because I like to use them to the fullest. For this area, I want to darken the value further, so I use a black pastel and fill up the area completely. And I think I need to work on this upper part of the rose or the bottom part because I turned the painting upside down. So I add more black to push the value and I hope you're able to see it. Also, I need to carefully work around this area of the water droplet. I don't want to disturb it while correcting the value. I just love to see the water droplet on the petal. I'm definitely going to be painting more flowers with water droplets on them in the future. Are you interested in being the first to know when one of my new paintings is available for sale? If so, be sure to go to sitinuriatistudio.com and subscribe. Stay creative and thanks so much for watching Siti Nuriati Studio.